friends, welcome back to Belle's Library. I'm Heather and I'm super excited for today's video. We are going to be talking all about Elizabeth Acevedo. So we are going to be going through her 3 novels in verse that she has written recently and just talking about the synopses, what my thoughts were, which one is my favorite, and all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so a little bit about Elizabeth Acevedo. She was born in New York. She is Dominican-American poet, and she currently lives in, I think, Washington, D.C. with her partner. And she is just awesome. I absolutely adore her books. So none of these are like bad books in any way. So we're gonna start with The Fire on High, because I do own this one and I intend on owning all of her books. Can I say that she makes the most gorgeous books ever? Like, such a beautiful cover. And then, dust jacket off, still gorgeous. All of her books are beautiful like this, so I cannot wait to own all of them. With The Fire on High follows Moni, and she is a teen mom and she loves to cook. And so she gets the chance to be involved in a culinary arts program at her school and learn to cook as a chef would in a kitchen. So she's trying to balance figuring out how to follow her dreams in the culinary world, as well as be a mom at home and make sure that her grandma doesn't have to take on all the extra pressures of her being a teen mom. Her father comes in and out of her life, but he's not fully invested, and it's just a very beautifully told story. It's also really fun, and let me see if I can find it. So there's different parts to this book, and at each part there are like little recipes. So this one says, Moni's When Life Gives You Lemons, Make Lemon Verbena Temblique. And it's just a recipe. It says, serves your heart when you are missing someone you love. And so it's just very well put together, and this one's actually not in verse. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The other 2 that I'm going to be talking about are in verse, but this one is not. But it's still really beautifully told. Elizabeth Acevedo's writing is really wonderful, and I really enjoyed it. This one was a 4-star read for me. The next book we'll talk about is Clap When You Land. I read this one a few months ago in the fall when it came out, and this one follows 2 main characters, Camino, who is from the Dominican Republic, Yahaira, who is from New York, and they both have the same father, but they don't know it. And their father spends winters in New York, and then he goes to the Dominican Republic for the summer, and he sees both of his kids, and he basically has these 2 lives happening, and the girls don't know it until he dies in a plane crash, and they find out about each other, and it's kind of them dealing with their grief and how to express that. And then also, you know, they're learning about new things about their father that they didn't know, and they're finding each other and learning about each other and their new family that they had no idea even existed. And it is just a really beautifully told, character-driven study on these 2 beautiful ladies and how they're dealing with all of this. And it is wonderfully told. Like I said, Acevedo's writing is gorgeous. I highly recommend this one. I gave this one 5 stars, and yeah, it was just beautiful, beautiful. I will say with this one, it is much more character driven. A lot of her novels really focus on the characters, so you're not going to get a super like fast-paced, intense plot out of these. There is a plot to them, but it's much more about the characters. So if you're not a super character-driven person, I think you could still really enjoy these, and I think you could really get a lot out of her stories. You're just not gonna get as much out of them, so don't go into it expecting like a really extensive plot. So the last book I'm going to talk about, I actually just read this month, and it is my favorite Elizabeth Acevedo book. It is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. Obviously, I guess I'm just used to always saying that sentence, and that just came out. you know, we all know who's by because I've said it like 100 times. Anyways, this follows Xiomara, and she is just trying to find herself. She's in high school. She has a strict mom who is very strictly Catholic and just really is pushing that on her, and Xiomara is just not sure what she wants to believe and if she, you know, believes in that way. She's taught in school about science and evolution, and she's just kind of still trying to figure that out for herself, but her mom is just like, no, you gotta do it this way. So they definitely have a strained relationship. Also, Xiomara is trying to figure out, you know, the changes in her body, and you know, she's trying to figure out how she feels about boys, and she's trying to figure out just how to grow up, and she wants to have her own voice, and she hasn't figured out how to do that. And the big part of Xiomara is that she is a poet, and she writes all of her emotions into her notebook in these beautiful poems, and her English teacher invites her to a slam poetry club at the school, and so that's where she's just starting to really find her voice. And it is just I loved this book. At the end of it, was almost in tears. I just wanted to give Xiomara a huge hug. I was so appreciative of the teacher and the pastor and how supportive they were of her, and how she felt like she could go to them for help. And I don't think all kids have that, and I don't think that all kids, you know, are comfortable reaching out for help either. I connected to this one in that I just really wanted to be one of those people. I want to be able to reach out and touch people's lives and make a difference. I don't know. It was gorgeous. 5 stars, 100% my favorite. So I think With the Fire on High would be my least favorite, but still super enjoyed it and loved it. And then Clap When You Land, and then The Poet X. All of these are gorgeous. I can't wait to own them all, and I cannot wait for what else Elizabeth Acevedo comes out with, because she just does a beautiful job with her books. So I hope you guys enjoyed kind of hearing a little bit more about some of her books and my thoughts. And if you guys did, definitely subscribe down below. I also would absolutely love, let's do like a fruit emoji. I'm sure there's some fun little fruits or something down below. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day.